Hello, I'm Elif and this is a recap for episode 37 of the series Golden Boy, 24 hours after Turkey and before dubbed for TV. Farid is brought to Istanbul by plane and quickly rushed to the hospital. Seyran, with tears in her eyes, accompanies him to the operating room. Yali Khan, who is hospitalized, and his family rush to the hospital upon hearing the news of Farid being shot. Bölüm, upon seeing Seyran, immediately confronts her, saying, "You have no right to be upset. Go away from here." Orhan also scolds Seyran, saying, "I told you this would have a bad outcome. I begged you. I said go." He asks Seyran to leave, but she insists she cannot leave Farid alone. Yali Khan orders them to take Seyran away. At that moment, Kozim arrives and shouts, "Hands off my daughter. If anyone is going to lay a hand on her, it'll be me. I entrusted my daughters to you. What have you done? You threw one out, and the other you handed over to that crazy Safat's son." Kozim continues, "We are here for Farid, my son. We won't go anywhere until we hear good news about him." Just then, the doctor comes out and says that the life-threatening situation has been resolved, but the surgery might damage Farid's left hand, possibly leaving him paralyzed for life. The doctor explains that only one surgeon can perform the operation. As soon as Farid regains consciousness, he asks for Seyran, and she rushes to his side, tears streaming down her face. He urges her to get better soon. After the fear of paralysis, Farid himself becomes distraught. Yali Khan summons Seyran and Sona to his room, asking Seyran to explain what happened. Through tears, Seyran recounts the incident involving Antep and Farid getting shot. Yali Khan inquires about Safat and his grandsons from Sona, who informs him that they fled as soon as they heard the news, and she doesn't know where they went. Just then, Khadija enters and tells them all to leave. She informs Yali Khan that she has talked to Safat, and they've agreed that Tariq will surrender himself to the police on the condition that Yali Khan promises not to seek revenge. Although reluctant, Yali Khan eventually agrees. The surgeon arrives, and Seyran tearfully pleads with him to save Farid no matter what. She says, if he doesn't make it, he won't be able to live. And without him, I won't survive either. Afakat, in the restroom, encounters Seyran and says, "Do you think you'll return to the mansion? Soon, you'll be going back to your rural father with all your miseries." Seyran firmly responds, "We're not going anywhere. I won't abandon Farid." Afakat grabs Seyran's throat and says, "You won't leave Farid because of money and fame." Seyran retorts, "I'm not like you. Why didn't you leave after your husband's death? Was it for the cordon's money or the love you had for your late husband's brother?" Afakat is taken aback, and Seyran continues, "I saw you kissing each other. I've kept quiet until today, but I won't anymore. Be careful with your actions." After a few hours, Farid emerges from the operating room, and the doctor informs him that the surgery was successful, but there may still be issues with his left hand. Farid's family gathers around him, delighted to see him well again. The doctor examines Farid, but there is no sensation in his left hand, causing concern among everyone. Shortly after, Farid seeks out Seyran, and with determination in his eyes, he addresses the others' distress, saying, "Let's put an end to this. If necessary, I'll take a bullet for Seyran again. I don't want to be separated from her for even a minute. It's better for you all to leave us in peace." Due to Farid's condition, no one opposes him, and everyone leaves, feeling uneasy. Yali Khan protests in the room about Farid's request. This time, Afakat, out of fear, says, "Farid won't let go of Seyran at all. We'd better not stand in their way. Let them get married. They haven't been apart for 6 months. We just shouldn't let them have children. This time, I'll solve this matter. If I can't, I'll leave that mansion and Istanbul." Afakat then goes outside and tells Orhan that Seyran knows everything about their relationship, causing Orhan to panic. When Sona sees Arbadin, she approaches him to talk, but Arbadin gives her a cold shoulder. Sona says, "If it had been earlier." Arbadin replies, "You said it right. It was a thing of the past," and walks away. Yali Khan calls for Kozim and reluctantly tells him that despite his desires, Farid wants Seyran, and they have no choice but to forgive Kozim and his family and give them another chance. Kozim, infuriated by their demanding tone, states that he won't give them another daughter and takes his family away, heading back to Antep. Seyran is with Farid when Kozim enters the room and urges her to leave quickly so they can go. Seyran and Farid realize that an incident has occurred but promise not to be apart from each other. After Seyran leaves, Farid, still in a bad mood, goes to his grandfather's room and reiterates his words about Seyran. He adds, "Now, if you tell me that if Seyran is here, we aren't, she accepts that. I'm taking Seyran with me, and I'll build my own life." 2 days later, Kozim and his family prepare to leave for Antep when Farid, along with his family, arrives with musical instruments and drums. All the Karalas are dissatisfied, but they perform the engagement ceremony for the sake of Farid. Kozim sets a condition this time: they must take care of the bride and groom, and he asks Khali's Khan and his family to apologize to him. Khali's Khan, begrudgingly, goes through with this act, taunting Kozim with a sarcastic remark about what he wants this time. Kozim, in utter disbelief, simply says nothing and consents to Farid and Seyran's marriage. A week later, it's Farid and Seyran's wedding day. They enter the ceremony with joy. The marriage sermon is recited, and they are declared husband and wife once again. Farid and Seyran talk about their life in the mansion as they dance. Farid says, "We're going to be crazy." Late at night, before entering the mansion, Seyran tells Farid with a choked voice, "This is the last time they're kicking me out of here." Farid reassures her, saying, "It won't happen again." And he carries her into the mansion. In the room, Farid approaches Seyran eagerly. Seyran confesses, "After I said those nasty things about you becoming a father, I got scared. I prayed to God and asked him not to bless us with a child. That's why I prayed and asked God for you to have a son." Farid replies, "Then let me start working on making that happen." The next morning, as everyone gathers around the breakfast table, Khali's Khan instructs them to set 2 extra plates. They all sit down to eat. He asks everyone to join him. Nokhat, Khali's Khan's daughter, and his son, Kaya, enter, and Khali's Khan begrudgingly welcomes them, introducing them and stating that from now on, they will be living in the mansion. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode.